Hello DMs and welcome back to the Master of Dungeons. Following on from last week, the last video where I took a look at the rivals of Netherdeep, I thought I'd take a look at some of the potential monsters you could meet on the road to Bazzoxan. In Call the Netherdeep, Chapter 2 has you journeying from Jigal to Bazzoxan and gives you random encounters that you roll for the party on their journey. So I thought I'd take a look at some of these creatures, namely the Critical Role Gloomstalker and a Vrock. Now both will fight very similarly. They're aerial combatants that want to fly in and fly out. Both have their own shriek that will impose a debilitating condition on party members, and both have decent enough hit points on to not worry too much about opportunity attacks. So let's first look at the Gloomstalker. A shadowy monster created on Critical Role. It has a nasty 80-foot flight speed, has a nice +6 strength and a +9 to athletics, which is great because it snatch attack grapples an enemy. It has low intelligence but high wisdom. So what does that mean? So far I've actually dealt mostly with high intelligence characters. Wisdom deals with common sense. Intelligence is kind of book smart and education. So a high wisdom NPC would have common sense enough not to fight something in big, heavy, shiny armour or anything that can fly if it intends to grapple it. I've seen a lot of DMs unhappy with flight on PCs because they feel it unbalances encounters or can make things far too easy. But by level 5, sorcerers, warlocks, wizards and artificers can all fly. And then at higher levels, upcast it. So really, I personally don't see it as an issue, slowing a single PC of fly speed. It's only the same as allowing a PC with a swim speed in something like Netherdeep or Saltmarsh, which are largely water-focused, or banning clerics and paladins in Strahd just because you know they encounter undead. So Gloomstalker's wisdom means they can work out that something with no armour would probably be a better meal than something with high armour, and a barbarian with big muscles will probably be too strong for it. With that in mind, the Gloomstalker will open its round a good 40 to 60 feet away and start by using its streak and try shutting down as many enemies as it can. Following round, it will use its snatch attack to grab someone it thinks weak enough to take up in the air and use its bonus action to shadow step. Now it has its prey and it will try and fly off and kill off whomever it's caught. Of course, your party will panic and launch every range attack they have at it to rescue their party member. Of course, technically you only have half movement dragging an opponent, and so they can only fly 40 feet around, but dropping your meal out of the sky is always an option. Also, of course, don't forget every turn you can bonus action teleport as well. Reduce the Gloomstalker to half health or do enough damage in a single round, it will fly off and run away, dropping its prey out of the sky, forcing them to take whatever falling damage that you've got for them. If it's forced to attack on the ground for any reason, it has a multi-attack to do a single bite and claw per round, which are pretty deadly. The Vrock is a large fiend. It has more wounds than the Gloomstalker, but loses a 20-foot fly speed. However, what it loses in flying capabilities, it makes up for in resistances. It has the usual bludgeoning, piercing and slashing against non-magical, and also has a very tasty resistance to cold, fire and lightning. It also has magical resistance, giving it advantage on saving throws to resist all magical effects. So if it succeeds on dodging a fireball, it would barely take any damage at all. First thing you'll want to do is start it in the air and bring it down near your party and launch its spores, poisoning as many people as it can. After this, it will melee attack as many people as it can with its multi-attack, and if it starts to get overwhelmed by powerful melee fighters, it has its stunning screech to fall back on. Unlike the Gloomstalker, its wisdom isn't as good, but it still has a +1, so I'd say it gives it enough to avoid shiny metal armour and head for a sorcerer in robes or have the know-how to avoid a paladin in mail. This was a quick look at 2 interesting flying monsters anyway. Hope it gives you a bit of inspiration. Please hit me up with a like and a subscribe, and next time, happy hunting.